1.
Let's go. This is my 80s podcast. You put the boom boom into my heart. If you love the 80s, you're exactly where you should be. So please, please, please take a look at this. Beautiful. My name's Jason. This is You Put the Boom Boom Into My Heart. I'm here with the amazing Liane, who's asked me to review with her. Well, she asked me to review. What was it? What was it called?
Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh.
Right. What did you think of it? I can't tell you what I thought.
I think the only redeeming feature was George Clooney.
I know, but do you know when I watched it, I just thought, what were you thinking about, Mr.
I know.
Clooney?
He was very young.
And hot.
And hot.
It was all I kept thinking was, God knows what the original one was like.
Well, the thing is, at the beginning of it, they tell you exactly what happened in the other film. And even like a quarter of the way through, all the film casts stop and they go, yeah, we're getting complaints that we're just showing the old one.
It was when it first started, and the opening scene was, it was them women, weren't it, running in the bikinis into the sea, and I just thought, what has she asked me to watch? And then it just went downhill after that. I have to be honest.
Yeah, that was the highlight.
That was, and so for me, when it, I can't even begin to start. It was from the beginning. It was that thing that looked like that.
FT.
Was it the tomato
FT?
That she was. I mean,
the fluffy tomato.
So basically, he was trying to make
people.
I can't. Do you know what? Even my brain switched off. I think halfway, not even halfway at the beginning of it. He was trying to make people.
He was turning
Rambo
tomatoes
people.
into people.
I mean, I have to be honest. The first thing when I seen them big Rambo blokes, we might get a bit of.
I must admit, I perked up a bit of that as well.
But the acting was absolutely.
But obviously, George was amazing.
Oh, George. I know it's probably one of his first ever feature films, and I think when you're just starting off, I think anything, I can't even call it a B movie, to be fair, because it was like an Z.
It's actually advertised as a B movie.
Is it?
Yes.
Please tell me it don't get like 4. I mean, Nicky's got 4 out of 5, and I thought there's no way on earth Return to Oz got 4 out of 5, but this one was just So where should we start? I don't know where to start.
I mean,
it was all over the place for me. It was just,
yeah. You've got the mad professor.
I recognise him. I can't remember who he was, but I recognise the actor.
Remember what he's in. I was sort of glazed over at that point.
And then you had that bloke with the white hair that looked like he'd got a wig on his head.
Yeah, the one who wanted to be a broadcaster. He was a tomato.
He was. Oh, did he? Oh, and then the young girl that was his first project
Tara,
that he made.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be everything a woman should be, do exactly what he says.
And all she wanted was
sex. Basically.
Yeah, that's the one.
She was just literally up. The woman was upset, and it's when that young lad fancied her. Didn't he? Obviously, he fancied her. It's when he went to her front door with that pizza, and I thought, please don't tell me that pizza's going to start talking.
Or the recipes on the pizza, gummies, coconut.
And but the thing is, when he gave it to her, it looked raw. I thought, has he cooked that?
Well, when she escaped from the mad professor and went to him and said, right, can we have sex now, please?
Yeah, and that's all she kept saying to him.
And he was like, no. I'm like, what?
Because he really fancied it, didn't he? But it was like, I think he probably knew. It was, I have to be honest, it just, you watch a film, and you watch a film in that sort of like zombie state, don't you? And you just think.
Yeah. You do switch off halfway through.
I have to be really honest with you. I think I fell asleep for 10 minutes and I was late on the set.
I was laughing too much when they stopped and said, "Look, we can't carry on with this because we've got no money left," and blah blah. And George comes up with a brilliant idea of product placement.
Yeah,
and then the next scene is like, "I want this," and I thought, right, that's done. But they go off to have this secret meeting, Chad and Matt. And all of a sudden, this
See, that must have been when I nodded off, because I did read about that and I can't remember seeing that. So did a Kellogg's summit come up, didn't it?
Yeah, just a Kellogg's pop, just they're like that, and it just comes up like
that. It was very. I mean, I've watched some B movies, and some B movies where you watch them, you just think, oh, it is B movies, but there's something in there that's, or you think, oh, okay, you know what I mean? When we The Living Dead one was.
That was entertaining.
Yeah, there was, but this was like mind. I mean,
this was not.
It lost me completely, and it was when he kept putting that tomato on that long pole thing, and
and changing it,
and it was like Rambo men, weren't it? So they were like his protectors to stop people from.
Well, the thing is, the fact that these tomato people can change back just with music. And they're in the restaurant, and Chad's gone off to do something, and Tara's sitting there looking absolutely gorgeous. And this violinist comes up and starts playing music, and she just turns into a tomato.
It was. It was that little tomato thing that didn't mean. It was like
FT.
And I love how they talk, and you know what they're saying. It's like, the little green thing on the top. Its stalk kept going up and down, vibrating. It was when they got. It was when they was trapped. She told the what's his name? F what?
FT.
FT to go and get them, and he jumped on a motorbike.
Oh, when they've got the switch that can save everything, and FT, and they go, get it, FT, and he goes to the wall and just looks up.
And then he got it's them friends, that bloke when his friends come. That one was like a parachute. It's when he kept tripping over that. I kept thinking he's going to trip over that parachute, and he did. And then the other one under the water. I mean, it's when they rang him to say to come and help us, and he was under the water, and his dog was sat there with some glasses on under the water.
And his friend, the master of disguise.
Oh my God. He had like a little, what did he have on? He had like a little mask thing, didn't he?
Yeah, glasses and a silver suit.
Was it a white? Did he have a white? I can't remember if he had a white cape.
I think I glazed over at that point. I really do.
And you think if they're the ones that are going to protect you, I'd rather have that little tiny FT tomato.
But it was really strange, because all the way through they were referring back to real life, because right at the beginning it's a quiz show, isn't it?
Yes.
And then right at the end,
God. I mean, to be honest, I mean the professor was absolutely off his. There's a nutty professor and there's a nutty professor, and he was absolutely eat off his. He
makes Back to the Future professor look completely sane.
Oh, do you know? And it was, do you know? It's just one of them films that when I was watching it, it's like, what's happening? Why? And then it's when they look at the camera to talk to the camera, that does me head in as well, because I just think, what is that about? But I mean, I have to be honest, he played his part well, didn't he? I mean, with his curly little locks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it probably was his first ever film. And I have to be honest, I think most people probably would have jumped at the chance. I wouldn't.
And the other thing is, I thought he did some really good method acting in that he was a womanizer.
He was.
And that must have been difficult for him.
George Clooney must have been absolutely painful for him to do. And do you know the bit where they were on Countdown and they were locked in that because they were going to be turned into some tomatoes?
Yes.
And I've seen terrible acting in I mean, it just kept going. And it was shaking. You just think you'd have only had to kick that door and that would have flew open.
It's when Tara had been turned back into a tomato, or so Chad
thought. So he thought she was.
And he went into this grocery store and he was throwing all these tomatoes
everywhere, trying to find us. What's she going to do? Jump up and get Miriam? And I just think, when I watched that, and like you said, 1988. I mean, I thought you were going to say like 80 or something, because I'd have probably accepted it.
Looked a lot older.
Yeah,
it did look a lot older.
And it was.
I mean, I remember 1988 very well, because that's the year I got married.
And the films were a lot.
The films were not as bad as that.
Because when you think you've got that, and then when you think things like Back to the Future in the early 80s,
yeah.
And I just think...
Exactly. That just puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Back to the Future was before that.
And Gremlins and things like
and
that were...
Gremlins.
And Top Gun. Literally before that, and you get that pile of pants, and I have to be honest, it is a pile of pants. I mean, if anyone wants to watch it, go and watch it just for the sake of sitting there like that.
If you have insomnia...
This will probably, like I did...
This will work better than any pills you can buy.
And I knew I'd nodded off because I remember waking up and I'd watched one bit and then it literally must have been about 10 minutes. So I must have missed that Kellogg's bit. And then I woke up and I thought, I've got Christmas phone again.
Clock.
Oh, was it your clock?
Yeah.
But do you know another thing that when they were writing that letter to give to that whatever his name is,
his uncle,
and he put it under the door and he gave it to the FT tomato thing, and he jumped on that bike and gave it to him. And when he read it, I just thought, there's no way on earth you would have been able to write that good of letter on the back of someone's back in an emergency. And it was like a paragraph.
You were stabbing them.
To be honest, that letter was probably the best script I've ever seen out of the whole of the film.
Probably was.
That's when he got it, and I just think, I can't. And then it was the Rambo, and then because they had all them Rambo, and the amount of times them Rambo people shot FT and did not hit that tomato once. I always think, what? Because when I have to be honest, when I was
all the equipment, no idea.
It was a bit like 18, weren't it? Shoot as much as you like, but don't kill anybody and don't hit anybody. And I always remember.
Well, the thing is, they've got enough tomatoes around to do the blood.
I thought it was going to be, because when you watch clips of the original one, these big tomatoes are rolling down, aren't they, and attacking people with their faces. But there was none of that. It was like just FT and these little tomatoes that changed into people. And I just think, you can't. There's no way on earth you could have run out of money to have produced that. That must have been...
wow. That scene where they stop and they said, we can't afford it, blah, blah, blah. And then the union rep comes in and says,
God,
everyone has to be paid. Anyone with a speaking part has to be paid £400 minimum, $400 minimum. And he said, right, nobody speak. And they all go, okay.
And then, do you know the bit at the end bit as well, which is like you said about the quiz bit at the beginning, and then the end bit when they won, and then the quiz people come on, and all these things glitter drop down, and they'd won like something, and it's like I thought, my God, because I feel like I'm tripping now, because I feel like there was. It sounded like there was two films in one.
I know. I when he did that, I was like, what? Just get on with it, please.
And you ever watch something and just think, and I kept pausing it thinking, I've only got like 5 minutes left.
Well, I can honestly say it's the only film I've watched on Amazon, YouTube, wherever, where the adverts have come on and I'm complaining because they're too short.
You've been grateful for the advert. I didn't have that pleasure,
it's like 3 seconds and skip. No, I'm not skipping yet.
I didn't have that pleasure. I had to watch the old bloody thing.
Fair play.
It was, I have to be honest, for like you said, for the end of the 80s, it was, for me, it was, I can't explain.
That's more of a 70s, wasn't it, really?
Do you know what? To me, it reminds me, a bit like what I said, it feels like you've been giving some college kids a bit of money and just said, go and make yourself
a project for you.
Go and make yourself a project and make it as stupid and as over the top as it can.
Yeah.
And it was even the bit where they were like, they'd put that tomato in and he kept putting, you had to put a coin in that box, 50-cent quarter wire, make whoever it was. And when Carmen Miranda came up and then Michael Jackson. And that
MJ.
Was it Tom Cruise? Did one of them supposed to be Tom Cruise? I can't remember who it was.
I think so.
The
Pope.
Yeah. And I just thought, what's going on? It's like, it was just, so for me, it was just, I mean, thank you.
I was laughing all night thinking of you it finishing and you sit there.
I just sat there when it went off and I just thought, part of me just thought, I am so glad that I've asked Liane to watch it as well at the same time, because if I've got to watch this, she's not getting away with this.
That's why I said you that takes time. So
oh
sorry.
My God. I mean, what would you give it out of 5? I don't know. I mean,
-5.
Yeah, I would give it -5. I have to be honest. But if you want to watch it, go and watch it. If you want to just watch something, because like Liane said, because you can't sleep at night.
Whatever you do not pay to watch it.
No.
Because you can buy it. You can buy it on DVD. You can rent it. You can do everything. But do not.
Watch it free wherever you can watch it.
Want a refund.
And just remember, everybody, you could make one yourself better now with the technology that we've got. You could, couldn't you?
Well, the thing is, they should be paying us.
For what? For the absolutely. And George Clooney, fair play to you, mate, because there's no way on earth. I bet he's never ever admitted to that. You know.
I was just going to say, I bet that's not in his bio.
No, I bet it's not in his. I bet if you looked at his name, I bet that film. I'm gonna have to look, see if that film.
I mean, I have to say, the only thing that, I mean, apart from the stunning graphics of the only thing that drew me was George Clooney. I thought, well, it's got to be all right, hasn't it? It's got to be. It's got a naff name. It's got a naff poster.
But George Clooney's in it.
So.
But no.
No.
You was drawn into a false sense of watching one of the worst films I think I've probably watched. I mean, I thought Return to Oz was bad. I
mean, I have to say, George was.
He did look handsome. He was.
It was worth it for that.
And then the end bit where he obviously ran back to the machine, didn't he? Because they'd all gone, and they said, "Where's he gone?" He ran back to the machine, and obviously he'd made loads of women out of a tomatoes that was in there. And that was the ending scene when like that. And then you watch a bit more, and this old lady comes on and says, "Make sure you watch the credits."
Yeah, make sure you watch. I was like, okay.
I thought, I'm telling you now, wench, I've literally had to watch that film. I'm not watching the credits as well in case something else comes. She was probably the best bit, to be fair. The old lady.
Well, no, I think to be fair, George Clooney has delivered every man's dream by saying you can create a woman
from tomatoes,
and if she gets on your nerves, just play some music and she's gone. You know,
you can go. I mean, nowadays you could get a tin of tomatoes, couldn't you? You can make quite a few out of them. I mean, I don't know what they'd look like if they were mashed up, but
yeah,
we're not going down.
Might smell a bit if it's got garlic in them as well. But
do you know what? You were quite lucky because I ain't got one. I was going to bring a tomato on and hold it for you like that.
Oh, I don't think I could look at a tomato again.
Not in the same way, absolutely.
No.
But thanks ever so much for reviewing that with me, Liane.
You're welcome.
I want to say it was an absolute pleasure, but
it wasn't.
How brilliant was that? So if you love the 80s like I do, please go over to my podcast on YouTube, Spotify and Apple Podcasts and give me a share, a like and a comment and a subscribe, and also follow me. Y'all come back now, you hear?